Well, you know what? The Alberta oil sands is a Canadian success story. It's underpinning the Canadian economy, clearly the Alberta economy. We have encouraged the province and the oil sands companies to be as environmentally responsible as possible. They're doing a tremendous job of that. Suncor spent hundreds of millions of dollars of their own money at changing the tailing ponds technology, so that tailing ponds now turn into basically lumps of clay in about 3 weeks. And that's just one example. Every square inch of the oil sands is going to be remediated back to boreal forest. All of the new development is taking place in situ, underground, not surface mining. There's a whole lot of mistruths, misrepresentation out there. We need to get the story out because it is a tremendous success story, and Albertans should be very, very proud of it. Canadians should be proud of it.
What is good for Alberta is good for Canada. I understand that very fully, as does Mr. Ignatieff. The incentives at this point have been used to spur development in the oil sands. But the oil sands is a thriving and mature industry. What we need to do now are to move those incentives into research and development that makes the industry more sustainable, so that we don't get the economic black eyes or the environmental black eyes from Greenpeace or the United States or the European community. We need to make our oil sands industry sustainable so that it continues to be the economic driver for Alberta and for Canada.
We have to look at the oil sands as a major part of our economy right now in Alberta and across Canada. But we also have to be responsible stewards of the resource as well. We want to make sure that the resource is there for future generations. We want to make sure that the projects are safe and that they're addressing environmental issues. And it just goes back to the whole issue of being responsible stewards of our natural resources, because we have our grandchildren to answer to, and that's what the NDP stands for.
The oil sands should have been planned, fully planned and fully evaluated in the first place. It's quite obvious to me that now that they're trying to build pipelines to Kitimat, they're trying to build another pipeline down to Texas. Both of them are being violently, well, not violently yet, but the one to Kitimat maybe with the native people. They produce these settling ponds, tailing ponds, which don't do the job they were thought to. The tailing ponds were expected to settle the sediments over time, and it looks like it's going to be 10, 20, 30 years before that happens. Meanwhile, we have to kill several thousand ducks in the process because the planning wasn't done. So it seems to me that we need a moratorium on oil sands development until we get these problems sorted out.